Salwete everyone. In stage 9 our new grammar point is the dative case. So just to recap what we know about nouns before we go on. We know that in Latin nouns have a case that tells us their role in the sentence, and so far we have met the nominative, which is the subject, and the accusative, which is for the direct object. So the subject does the verb and the direct object receives the action of the verb. And we also know that nouns come in groups called declensions, which means they form their endings in the same way. In stage 9, our sentences start getting a bit different. So if we look at a couple of examples, Quintus servo pecuniam dedit. Quintus gave the money to the slave. Or another example, Metella filio donum quaerebat. Metella was looking for a gift for her son. Those nouns in bold are known as an indirect object. So you'll see that we had 3 nouns in those sentences in the examples we looked at. And so the indirect object is a noun that has an involvement in the sentence and the action of the verb. The present buying has something to do with Quintus, but he's not directly doing it. He is not doing the looking, and he is not the one being looked for. So in English we will use the prepositions to or for to indicate an indirect object. Latin, however, uses a whole new case, which is called the dative, and so when we see these endings we will know to translate them as to or for. So now just having a look at our endings, which of course we already know. This first row is the nominative singular for our subjects, a, us, and various, and for the direct objects it always ends in m, so am, um, and em. The dative singular is the new row I want you to add to your table, and so if it is to or for a declension 1 noun, it will change to ae. If it is to or for a declension 2 noun, it will change to o. And if it is to or for a third declension noun, it will change to I. So make sure you add this extra row to your noun table so that you can start learning them. So the key points I want you to remember from this are, number 1, case tells us the role of the noun in the sentence, and we now have 3. Nominative, the subject which is doing the verb, accusative, the direct object which is undergoing the verb, and the dative is for the indirect object, which is kind of less closely involved with the action of the verb but still interested. So this indirect object, we translate it into English with the words to or for, and we recognize it in Latin by the ending ae, o, or I.